Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Raul.
And it's Mike.
And welcome back to the AO podcast, and this is episode 46. Now, real quick, before we get into the episode, as always, make sure you click the link that's down in the description, and make sure you follow the podcast on all socials, and make sure you subscribe if you're watching on YouTube, or follow us on Apple Podcast and Spotify.
Yeah, before we get into the podcast, can you turn off the fan? And by the way, the fan is on because it is fucking.
Oh, yeah, it's hot.
I'm gonna commentate while you go turn off my fan slowly. The power button's at the very bottom. There we go. All right, cool. If that had to turn into like a whole 5-minute thing, that would have been nuts.
No, okay, well, I guess to start it off, yeah, we can talk about it. It's definitely starting to feel like summer out here now.
Yeah,
that
Cali hot.
Yeah, and actually, just because I checked, I think it was last night. I checked my weather app on my phone, and I saw like the forecast for like the upcoming week, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's definitely gonna kick up now.
Yeah, and it's like oh,
that was funny as shit.
That felt like SpongeBob, but and we'll talk about that later actually, because we just decided on that now. But yeah, it's been fucking hot. I went from and it was like abnormally cold in Cali in May of California, so it's just like
essentially spring didn't fucking exist this year.
Yeah, no, it was just all spring showers or like actual like heavy forecasts with rain too. It's just like, this is absolutely insane to see in the month of April and May, but like now it kicked back really abruptly. It was real no time to transition from like how cold it was to now how like it's gonna get hotter, because we're hot right now, but it's only going to get hotter.
Yeah,
though. But like
I'm not looking forward to that personally.
But I am looking forward to the summer though, because I feel like we could do a lot of fun things over the summer, like go to the beach, the Bikini Bottom, and drink. And we got some drinks here.
Yeah, so we got some Cutwaters here. We're not sponsored.
No, he was like, let's drink, and I'm like, okay, sure. And this was in a conversation where I'm like, what are we gonna talk about this morning?
Yeah, so the thing that's like that was interesting for us for this particular episode is like for the last couple weeks, I would say. Like we've kind of like we've essentially had basically like what to talk about like laid out for us.
Yes,
because it's just like
not even just past few weeks. We had like, oh, okay, we know what to talk about.
Yeah, like it was like things either happened or like were set in place, or like we were like, all right, we know what we're gonna be talking about this week. But this was like the first week we're like, damn, like nothing like really major has happened.
And if it's major, we don't want to fucking talk about it. Like, we're not gonna talk about the Trump movie tariff shit. That shit. If you think that's gonna work, you're fucking stupid. But right now, we're gonna. We went to Target. He was like, "Let's get some drinks. Fuck it, we'll figure it out on the way over," and which we did.
Yeah.
And then it's like, and then while getting drinks, and we, apparently these are strong. I've never had these, so and then Raul has. And do you want to crack it open first, or do you want to? And then tell the story? Yeah. Let's go.
It'll actually go pair well with this story.
Yeah, because you got messed up.
True.
Cheers to episode 40-something of the AO podcast. You just said it, and I don't remember at all. Oh my god, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Oh, this is going to be a fun episode.
Yeah, you can already take it.
I can't
We're
wait.
drinking this like straight So for those of you who don't know what these are essentially like cocktails, pre-made cocktails in a can.
Mm-hmm.
So usually and ideally, you would pour these out in like a glass filled with ice. Mm-hmm. But we're not doing that, so
we're just drinking straight out the fucking can.
Yeah, so
straight out the freezer.
This should be a fucking
the refrigerator of Target.
This should be an interesting fucking episode.
Yeah, I cannot wait to talk about SpongeBob later with these drinks. What a good start of a summer podcast right now. But let's talk about how you got fucked up on some other shit.
So this past weekend on Saturday. So for those of you who are sports fans, you'll know that. I think it was this past weekend. It was like a huge fight week. You had a Ryan Garcia fight on Friday, I believe. and then on Saturday you had a Canelo fight, and so uh, my brother actually called me Friday morning asking me if I wanted to go over to his house because I guess he was going to be watching both fights, and he invited me to go. But the thing is, I told him I couldn't go to the Ryan Garcia one, which was Friday, because we were going to record that day. And then also too, if I'm being completely honest, like Ryan Garcia is just like not somebody that I'm that interested in. So,
and I have no idea what I have no idea what the fuck he's talking about. So
these
this
are boxers,
yeah,
by the way.
yeah,
We're
okay,
talking
all
about
right,
boxing.
boxing, yes.
But so I just had no interest in watching that fight. Also, so I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna be doing anything on Saturday, so I'll go for the Canelo fight. And so it was me, my two sisters essentially, because one of my sisters like met up with us later. But essentially, like, we all went over to my brother's house to watch the fight. And here's the thing. So I already knew it was going to be, like, an interesting fucking evening because the first thing that my brother greeted me with was probably one of the biggest fucking bottles of Jack Daniels that I've ever seen.
That's funny.
So I was like, all right. Well,
I actually don't think I ever had a Jack Daniels.
You've never fucking had Jack Daniels?
No, I've never had one. And I drink a lot too. Like
how the fuck have you never had a Jack?
Because it's not around me. You know, it's just like they like that fucking
but
vodka tequila shit.
Like Jack
you know?
Daniels is like the most standard and like basic whiskey.
Not for us. Not for fucking us. Not in this house. It's just pure Mexicano shit. I have no idea.
Wait, so have you ever tried like any type of whiskey?
I'm pretty sure I have. I just don't know which whiskey is what. I kind of like. For me, alcohol kind of like everything blends together because everything like, gets you drunk.
Do you know if you've had like bourbon?
I don't think I've had bourbon though. I don't think
Dude,
I am not missing out.
Yes,
right?
you are. You realize that whiskey is like my favorite type of alcohol, right?
Well, we have whiskey in the house all the time, so I'm pretty sure I've had it. I just don't know which brand is which.
Legit, like that's my shit. That's why whenever I go to a bar.
You just get the whiskey?
Well, no, my go-to drink is an old-fashioned, which is made with whiskey.
Oh, okay, got it. I know you get old-fashioned.
Yeah, so
see how much I know? I just drink the thing. If it has, like, alcohol, and I'll drink it, you know? It's just like,
hey,
I don't...
to be fair, I should have known you don't know your shit when you got fucked up.
Yeah, I did not, you know...
You're like, this is not going to be that strong.
And then I could not look at the light for, like, 2 hours the next morning. But anyways, you got Jack Daniels.
Yeah, so and then
the biggest bottle you've ever seen.
Yeah, it was fucking huge. It was like the standard, and so like my brother made me a Jack and Coke. So I drank that, and also interesting thing too. So like when I got over there, they had obviously made food, and the thing is they had made fish tacos, and for those of you who don't know me, real quick fact about me is. For the longest time, I've actually haven't been the biggest fan of seafood, in general, and so I think I've only had like a few like fried type of seafood in my life. But the one thing that I know for sure that I can't do is like sushi. Like I know that that's just not for me. But
I really like sushi.
So they made fried like fish tacos, right? Like with fried fish. And then my brother made like this bomb, like I think it was like a spicy chipotle sauce. And so you know what? I think I had already drank a little bit of the Jack and Coke, so that's why I felt a little bit more courageous. So
and did you eat before or no?
No, I had I hadn't. I had only I had only had my morning protein shake by that time. So like I still hadn't eaten anything. So
so it got. So you got it quick.
Yeah, so I was already like halfway done with the Jack and Coke, and so since I hadn't really eaten anything, I would like it hit me a little bit like faster. So I was like, you know what, fuck it, like I was like, you know what, let me just try it. And so I fucking tried a fish taco, and surprisingly, I actually enjoyed it.
Fish tacos are fucking the bee's knees. They're like when they smack, they're fucking delicious. Yeah, a real good fish taco is like some of the best taco eating you could ever get, you know. And then you just kept drinking, I'm guessing.
No, yeah. So
Throughout the entire night.
So my brother ended up pouring me like 3 fucking Jack and Cokes.
That's a lot.
Yeah. And so I'll never fucking forget. There's a video of this on my phone right now. But like
we gotta see it.
At some point I got like at some point I like blacked out, and I had taken my earbuds with me, right? To like be listening to stuff. And I guess at some point my like earbuds had died. So I went to my nephew's room, and I was like, "Hey, like, do you think you can charge these for me?" And he's like, "Yeah." And so I gave him my earbuds. By the way, I don't remember any of this. And so I gave him my earbuds. And so like later on, I'm in the fucking I think this is like right after the Canelo fight ended. Mm-hmm. I'm like chilling in the living room with like everybody. And I start freaking out because, like, yo, like, where the fuck are my earbuds at? And so I literally have my entire family looking for my fucking earbuds, and I'm
the
like,
whole family,
and I'm like trying to fucking surf and like dive inside of the couch cushions, like try to fucking find the thing, and I just find like random phone, and like, whose fucking phone is this? And then, like my family
go to
like
fucking go on to Narnia and shit.
You can audibly hear both my sisters cracking up in the background, and then my fucking nephew just comes out of his room because like of all the noise, obviously, and he's like, "What's going on?" And he's like, "We're trying to help Nano, which is my family's nickname for me. They're like, we're trying to help him find his earbuds," and he's like, "You gave them to me." and like oh, like
you have your whole ass family looking for the earbuds you gave to your nephew voluntarily.
Literally, I legit don't fucking remember giving my earbuds to my nephew like at all.
Have your like whole family looking for nothing.
It was fucking.
How long was the search?
It got to be like at least 10 or 15 minutes.
That's too long.
So it was just like a fun evening with the family, and the thing that I wanted to like talk about that is, I know like judging from what you said earlier, you probably can't relate on this, but I feel like with Mexican culture, like there's very like specific sports that like connect with like the Mexican community. Like, for example, we all know baseball is a big one.
Baseball's a really what the fuck you mean? I don't know. I'm fucking raised by like a sports head. I just don't do sport. Like, I understand completely and fully the sport. I just don't care for it. So baseball is always in my house.
No, but I mean, like, so for example,
and football.
Baseball is like one of those things where like you only really like celebrate it, if it's like during like the World Series or the playoffs.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's essentially just like a thing that you either go and see in person or you just watch by yourself, like at home.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like boxing, since they're like one-time things that happen every so often.
Yeah, boxing match parties are crazy.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna get to. So that's one thing that I've noticed, that like boxing is one of those sports that like does connect a lot with like Mexican culture. Just because like I remember, like I still like remember, like, because you're hosting a fight party to watch the fight, or you're going to somebody's house to watch the fight.
Yeah.
And like a big fight that I remember that I went to go see with somebody, I'm pretty sure it was the freaking Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao fight.
That one's a huge one.
Yeah, like I remember when that shit went down, we all went to go see it, and it was just like, so boxing, even though it's like a sport that I don't necessarily follow like that,
it connects.
Yeah, like, and I only watch like I said, like, for example, like Canelo, like whenever there's a Canelo fight, like I'm more than likely gonna see it.
Yes.
But like as a sport in general, like I don't really keep up with it. Just for like.
But when there's major matches, you're like, oh, I'm there. Kind of like the Super Bowl, where it's like some people are like, I kind of don't care who's there, but like, I know it gets fucking crazy. I mean, this last Super Bowl was like, you watch it, you're like, man, they're getting fucking destroyed.
No, like that's actually like the NFL is actually technically the only sport that I actually truly follow. Like, where I like look at out of all the updates and all that stuff, but. I don't know. I feel like, and the thing that the reason why I wanted to bring it up is because I've seen like some people who are legit boxing fans share the same thing. So I feel like I'm not alone in this statement, but it feels like boxing nowadays has kind of I feel like it's kind of starting to feel like WWE in a way nowadays.
Well, it's very theatrical.
Yeah, like it's way more theatrical versus like focusing on the actual sport now.
Yeah.
And like I've heard of like a few other people who actually do follow boxing, like have the same type of sentiment. So I'm pretty sure like I'm not alone with that. But yeah, it's just like from everything. Like you know what like did it for me. It was when
I wouldn't know.
When freaking Jake Paul.
Oh yeah, that. You talk about all that shit. Yeah. Oh.
When Jake Paul had that fucking fight against Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
Like I knew it was fucking over.
Yeah.
Like, the thing is,
yeah,
like,
I completely forgot like about that part of boxing.
Yeah,
where
like,
it's like the influence, the toxic and no talent piece of shit influencers started coming in and kind of like dominating the popularity of the
and, like,
sport.
The thing that sucks about that is like you can tell, like it's very fucking. It's very apparent that it's just a money grab. Mm-hmm. Because it's like
people are gonna watch it whether they hate it or
like,
love
for
it.
Example, like the Jake Paul fights that have happened. The one because like the thing is even though I personally don't care for like either of the Paul brothers, I can't.
They're pieces of shit.
Like I can't lie and say that they're not fucking athletically gifted. Like both Jake Paul and Logan Paul are great athletes.
They're buff as fuck.
And
they got the buff part right.
So like the thing
but the mind part
I don't see like I can totally see like because here's the thing Jake Paul's not like a trash boxer by any means, but the thing that bothers me about like him specifically and like this new sort of form of boxing that seems like it's only about the money is that you're having him fight people who are clearly like not professional boxers, and you're having him beat these people and be like giving him this like record of like being like undefeated still, or actually I don't know if he's undefeated because I don't really follow him like that, but like giving him like super easy opponents, like again not denying like his athletic ability or his boxing skill, but my thing is like
he's not challenged.
Yeah, like let him get inside of a ring with an actual real fucking like, experienced boxer, and then, like, let's see what happens.
Yeah, exactly. So if you are gonna money grab, kind of just like, you know what, just fight these actual fuckers, because people will also just watch you get beat the fuck out of, and you are popular, so it's a win-win for like kind of like everybody, but he doesn't want to do that. You know, it's just like you can tell it's just it's like everything's so coordinated when boxing originally was like
the unpredictability. People are just getting fucked up.
Yeah, the unpredictability of boxing is why boxing remains such a like a long-lasting fucking sport. You know, it's like and then you have all this like propaganda
I still remember fucking seeing fucking Manny Pacquiao getting knocked out so fucking bad where he was like face down, ass up, dude.
Yeah.
Like that was a wild shit to see.
Yeah, we're not gonna see fucking any of the Paul brothers fucking
like that
getting knocked out like that. Even though it will generate more fucking views.
That Mike Tyson fight is the like saddest excuse for a boxing match I've ever.
I know, man he was fighting a man with like Parkinson's. Like, it wasn't revealed later until he actually was like, yeah, I was diagnosed like way before all this happened. I'm like, did he just really fight a man with Parkinson's? Like, I know it's Mike Tyson, and he's like, he'll bite your fucking shit off, but like, he also has he's old and has Parkinson's. Yeah, like, imagine you, like, be like, yeah, I'm gonna beat the fuck out of Michael J. Fox. He's like, I just look like an asshole. I don't care if he's like the best boxer of all time. If you're fighting an old man with Parkinson's, you're a fucking piece of shit. And the fact that like that whole organization's like, yeah, fight the man with Parkinson's, do it, beat the fuck out his old ass. And it's just like,
bro, it's literally like
it's so like fucked.
That's like that. I hate how fucking accurate my point is. Like literally, like
it's so fucked.
Boxing is literally turning into the fucking WWE now, dude.
No, it's like fucking, because like if you have Parkinson's in WWE, that means double the viewership.
Hey, dude, WWE back in the day, especially if you had Parkinson's, they'll make that your whole fucking like story.
It was like they'll call you fucking Parky or something. So it's like
fucking Parky, I fucking hate you.
And you know they would.
Bro, they had a whole and I've showed you because you've seen clips of this motherfucker. They had a whole character named Eugene whose angle was that he was like special needs.
No, no!
Yeah.
What the? I don't remember that.
You seen like the one? Do you remember when I showed you the Crime Time compilation?
Yeah.
The motherfucker that they took the pills from, and then it like the scene transitions to like him freaking out in the locker room. That fool.
Oh god, I haven't seen that clip. It's been a while since you showed me that. Oh my god. That is so funny.
Listen.
But that's what boxing has come down to. It's 2000 WWE, where a lot of people are like, "Oh, it's like it gives us ratings and money though." But like is that it?
Bro,
is the ratings and the
like
money
the most
it?
ridiculous thing you'll ever hear in your whole fucking life?
What?
So this is why I'm glad, like, other than the fact that he's a piece of shit and like a disgusting human being for the alleged things that he might have done.
Yeah.
But this is why fucking Vince McMahon had to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
Because bro, this motherfucker, like, back in the day had a fucking storyline where he was in a feud with fucking God. Like actual God, like
actual God
like, a whole
himself.
Spotlight, like, come out, like, and that was supposed to represent God.
The best way to represent him, a fucking spotlight at the fucking cage
Like
matches.
that was a whole fucking storyline, dude.
Yeah, you know, those writers, you know, they were like throwing their shit at the wall, but sometimes, a lot of times it works. Sometimes it does not, especially when the person you have to write for is a fucking huge piece of shit. Yeah. And that's what boxing seems to be coming into right now. Yeah, but let's keep drinking. Let's move on from this. That was a fun conversation.
Yeah, okay, so now you know what?
But,
so now let's get into some hypotheticals.
Oh yeah, you telling me you made some stupid questions that might have me talking.
But here's the thing though. I want you, instead of just like going with your normal instinct, I want you to have more of an open mind and actually thoroughly think of these scenarios and actually ask yourself if you think you could have done it. Okay, so I was watching like game trailers, right? So I was watching. We'll get to GTA 6 in a minute.
Oh, I still haven't watched the trailer.
Oh, you're a fucking idiot! Jesus fucking Christ, Mike. That was your one job before we started recording. Was to watch the fucking trailer. You're probably the only person in America who hasn't seen the fucking. So I guess I'm gonna be the only one.
Can I watch it now?
You're gonna have to lower the volume.
Yeah.
Okay, well, while you do that real quick, I'll talk about, like, basically,
I'll lower this.
Yeah, but then, basically, I'm still probably going to be able to hear it through my headphones, fool, so, like, take the volume off. But, basically, I was going to be talking about, I saw a trailer for another video game that I'm actually excited for. It's the new Mafia game. And
it's only $50, right?
Yeah, they just recently announced it, and so it's only gonna be like, and it was kind of funny too, because I think that was kind of like I don't know. I mean, it could be considered a slight jab to Rockstar that 2K did that. Like, they're like, oh, ours is only gonna be $50, but anyways,
also Nintendo.
Yeah, so that's like the cool part about it so far is that the fact that it is gonna be only gonna be $50 and not gonna be like fucking 70. But the thing that's gonna be interesting about
you can't hear anything, right?
I don't think so. No.
Okay, cool. All right.
But the interesting part about this game is, so for those of you who haven't played any of the other Mafia games, I think basically all of them have taken place in the States. But this new Mafia game, which is called Mafia: The Old Country, is going to be, I believe, the first game in the series that actually takes place outside of the U.S. Because this game is going to take place in, like, Sicily, I believe, which is in Italy.
That sounds cool, by the way.
Yeah, so as I was watching the gameplay for this trailer, I was thinking to myself, I was like, you know what? I feel like if I was alive during, like, the 1940s or 50s, and I lived in New York, and if I was one day met with an opportunity and, like, I was approached by, like, some mobsters and, like, asked if I wanted to asked if I wanted
expect this route.
asked if I wanted to work for them, I would. Here's the thing. Listen, like 1940s to 1950s New York, like I think I would have fucking done it. Like, cause here's the thing. Here's the thing that I here's my thought process on this. So obviously, like I'm not gonna be like a mob boss or like a fucking hitman or anything. Like I'll probably just like be like a cover up for like a alcohol smuggling operation or something that they have going on. But but so with that,
just cover all that up.
So with all that
small job.
Yeah, pretty much. But like, I mean, because here's the thing: like, you're obviously gonna be getting paid well, right? Yeah. To do that kind of shit, so you're gonna be able to like, especially back then when like everything was cheap as fuck. So like, you can get like a fucking burger and a drink for like 99 cents. But like, you'd be getting a shit ton of money, right? So like, you gotta think about it. Like, you'll be able to like fucking live it up, like go out like to nice restaurants, probably buy yourself a nice ass car. Like, so you essentially you'd be able to live the life. Now granted, the one major caveat to all this is, of course, obviously the fact that you're either gonna get arrested or you're gonna get shot at some point.
Yeah.
So there's legit no happy ending.
There's no in between.
Like there's no legit no fucking happy endings to that type of life. Mm. But here's the thing, like my argument is that like for those first few years where you get to live it up, I mean you can't deny that would probably be some of the funnest years of your fucking life.
Yeah, but I also don't want in my later years to be so stressed out about going to jail or being stressed out for having to watch out for my fucking life, you know. So I don't think so. But really? Also, if you don't collaborate with them, they'll burn down your fucking business and take the fucking tax away from you.
You genuinely don't think you would do it?
I don't know, because first of all, because if you don't
let's say
do
you're
it,
poor as fuck, you're an immigrant and you live in New York, so like. So, like, I'm just
imagine. Do I have to be an immigrant?
I mean, listen. I'm just trying to think of like the most dire circumstances at the time. So, like, you're poor as fuck. You're an immigrant.
I just came from Czechoslovakia after World War II.
You're like living in New York. You barely afford your rent.
Like the brutalist.
You like barely afford your rent, and like you some fucking like guy named like Skinny Lenny or some shit. Like, fucking comes into your place of business
like,
one
hey,
day.
Yo, do you know the boy named Skinny Lenny?
And pretty much like that, and he just tells you that he like has an offer for you, and you can make way more money than you're making now. You're telling me you wouldn't do it?
It's Skinny Lenny and Fat Joe. Holy shit!
What the fuck is Fat Joe doing there?
Saying the animal.
Shut up. So really, with that scenario that I just painted you, do you think that you honestly think you would say no?
Well, if it means like survival, but like the problem is like if. You know, I know we could speak on hypotheticals what I would do, because I understand me taking both sides of, like, I need shelter, I need protection, this, like, new world is so fucked up to, like, whatever the fuck I am, you know, so it's just, like, but also, like, if you are with them, you're indebted to do whatever they say, and then they get crazy. One time they'll be like, hey, why don't you stash these potatoes for me? Or the other one is like, hey, we're going out for a drive. I need to dump something by the lake later at 3 a.m. I'm like, oh, that's the variety of shit you have to do is nauseating, anxious, and stressful. Like, I don't know if I could be able to be even if I was like, hell yeah, let me join the fucking mob, as someone who wants to just do a good job, I don't think I'll be able to do a good job at any.
Bro,
I would actually I think they'll look at me as like, you actually fuck up missions and accidentally get us caught.
Hey, they look at you like, you know what? Never mind.
He's like, someone left the fucking. The cops are at the scene. They look down. It's just like leftover nuggets of Wendy's on the fucking floor, and be like, hey, I think we got ourselves a lead here, say, you know. So I don't think
bro. I think about that, and then I think about the times, right? crime had to be way more fucking fun back in the day.
Wait. Yeah, because you could just like bribe someone and get away with it.
Crime, like, listen.
The only reason Al Capone got caught
I'm not saying
is because of taxes.
I'm not saying crime is good by any means.
It was good back then.
But I'm saying it was way more fun back then. You
can literally give a cop $50,
like, bro. Like,
that's it.
You know what my thing is? Like, the major thing, like, bro, you know what, like, one of the most major crimes back in the day was that you don't see now?
What?
Fucking bank robberies.
Yeah.
Like, bro, fucking, like, imagine, like, back then you could literally, all you needed was a fucking ski mask and, like, a fucking shotgun and, like, two dudes who were, like, kind of stupid, so, like,
two dudes named Billy and Bob.
They would just do,
what you want?
Like, some fucking, like,
what you want,
guys
Bobby?
that, like, are some writers, bro, like, you know, like, you can fucking confuse them and shit.
He just manipulate them to being ride or die fools.
So that's all you. That's literally all you need.
Both of them named Cletus, the Cletus twins.
That's all you needed, bro, and like you could get away so fucking easily. But like now there's like cameras and shit
and cars. Back in the day, there were only like. You get on your horse, shoot the other horses, and leave. Now you have like a bunch of cars, cameras. The Teslas blow themselves up, so even your getaway car's not safe anymore. So like, there's a lot of like faults now to bank robberies. Now everyone's a fucking hacker and shit.
Yeah,
like they'll get your fucking
SS. Like
whatever the fuck, Social Security and shit. So it's just like. Yeah, now it's like a lot more shit to do and a lot more consequences. Back then, you just go to the next town and live there for 50 years.
Like, I really like to think that at myself. Like, I really like to think that myself. Fuck, I can't talk.
I
really like to think of myself as a good person.
But if it was the 40s, if you were an Italian immigrant,
it was like the 40s, and like I had and some fools were like, "Hey, you want to go rob a bank?" Like, I would have to think about it.
You fucking change your name to Cletus. He's like, hell yeah, Bert.
Like, I wouldn't fucking say no necessarily right away.
And you had to think about it for a bit, because it's either that or working like the worst job in the fucking world. Like, I don't know, fucking shoveling gravel for like construction sites for like 16 hours, and that was before like even unions now. They can't get what they need because corporations are assholes. That was like 40s, 50s, they didn't give a fuck. He could fall off a roof. He'd like, fuck him. Fuck him and his family. He's like, you, Siciliano, fucking go up there in the 80th floor and start building shit at the edge. And that's the thing about, like, you look at those old buildings, like, wow, I can't believe they make this so American. Yeah, about like 100 to 200 people died making each fucking building.
But you know what? On the opposite, like, to be fair, on the opposite spectrum of crime, like, whereas, like, things like you kind of, I'm not gonna say it sucks, because that sounds like I'm pro bank robberies, but, I mean, it's like,
imagine, if you can.
It's like, it's just very, like,
it's not their money.
I guess it's I don't know, I guess, like, unfortunate that, like, now it's like basically impossible to do that kind of shit.
Yeah.
But on the opposite end, the thing where like crime, like the advancement in crime and technology has actually helped a lot is like in shit like serial killers. Because like nowadays you don't see serial killers as you would like back in the day. Like, because like back in the day, like, bruh, like that's another thing too. Like the same way you would think of like a bank robbery, like how there wasn't shit like cameras and shit back then. Like back in the day, you didn't have shit like home like alarm systems and shit.
Yeah,
like,
no ring door lights or shit like that.
Like and people like, and the thing is like, so like back then somebody could just like break into your fucking house and like just do whatever, because like if they like, chances are if they fucking like kidnap you or tie you up or some shit, like nobody's gonna fucking call the cops.
Yeah, and also like they'll kill you, like do whatever they want for like days and they leave, and then the bodies won't be found till like days later, because it's not gonna take like till somebody's like, yeah, the house next door smells weird, and then like 2 weeks later it's like, oh shit, there's 5 bodies in here. It's like, what the fuck now. Not saying that that's because this still happens, despite all the advancement we do.
Still, like, typically, granted,
but I don't
our
think
neck of the woods is like usually,
What is it?
It's not serial killings. There's it's it's definitely there's intent or motive behind them. Like it's not just some like
there's intent.
Like
we'll leave it up.
It's not some like Richard Ramirez type shit. Like there's a reason why some there's a reason behind it. Like
there's more layers to it. It's not Ted Bundy where it's like
it's not like just random people. You know what I mean?
It's not like Ed Gein or something where it's like I want to fuck a head because I want to. It's like no, it's just like like that's what they were doing back in the day.
Not everybody was specifically for him.
I mean, he inspired a whole generation. Which is true, by the way. It's crazy. Like, shit, it's just different now. Like, there's, and if it's not that, now it's like AI shit. That's like, oh, let me impersonate your face so I can make fucking, like, the worst shit possible with AI and shit. Like, it's more technological. Like, I don't even know what's... I don't even think... Yes, I didn't say that right. Fuck you, fucking blow me. And then it's just like...
No.
No, I'm not asking you specifically. I'm asking the audience. Audience, would you blow me, like, comment, subscribe?
I'm so glad I was... Dude, if I would have been drinking, I would have spit that shit all over the fucking thing. I'm glad I didn't take a fucking sip, dude.
Like... Yeah, but... crimes are crazy back then. Crimes are crazy still now. All right.
Not as much though.
I feel like there's still like I would go into it, but I'll go into like a dark, disturbing place where this is not funny anymore. So I'm just gonna transition.
Like all that now is like cybercrime and shit.
Cybercrime, but like I'm not. I don't want to go on a tangent about like dark web shit. So let's just move the fuck on. All right. I know I didn't bring it up. But like I'm gonna bring it up because I'm drunk now. This one little can, like one little Coke can, is actually like really fucking strong.
Yeah, I was gonna tell you. I don't think I can do another one of these like not over ice.
Not yet. You don't think you could do another one?
Like not like I would have to do it over ice. I can't do this shit like straight from the fucking can.
You feel it, huh?
Yeah.
You feel yeah. I'm like warm as fuck now. It's also really hot. And like,
wait, did you already kill yours?
Yeah.
Fucking Mike. Dude.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's move on. Do you want to talk about GTA 6 or SpongeBob?
Let's do GTA 6.
Yeah, I just saw the trailer.
I kind of want to try the pineapple one though.
Yeah, let's go.
But you know what? So Mike,
fuck your grass.
So Mike finally fucking watched the GTA 6 trailer.
Yes, and if you didn't hear it, I was able to hear it though, so that's fine. But like, it looks fucking good.
Yeah,
it looks fucking amazing.
Okay, actually. So since you just freshly watched it, what are your initial reactions?
I think the story is interesting. First of all, it being like, in the last GTA, we were all excited for like Los Santos and like the LA County to be represented in GTA, and GTA 5 is still like a groundbreaking piece of work. It really like each time GTA drops, ever since the third one, it's like, oh wow, holy shit. Each game is like a game changer. Each time it like sets a new standard for open world like gaming. And it's like this one looks like it's like GTA 5 times 5. Like it's like it looks gorgeous, and also Florida we already know was like a fucking meme.
Yeah, like, I'm not gonna lie. Like
it's like the perfect place for GTA.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like them choosing to do it in Florida was a fucking smart choice.
Yeah, and going back to Vice City, like how GTA 5 went back to San Andreas, you know. So it's just like
Vice City is actually also one of my personal favorite GTAs.
Yeah, and it's like okay, and Vice City is like considered for many one of if not the best GTA game just in general. But like
fucking fond memories of that.
So this going back to Vice City and it being so huge and big and it looks gorgeous. It like is a beautiful looking game, and we're not horny motherfuckers like you. We're not talking about the ass physics. We're not talking about like the BBL biology.
So like this is the thing that I've been fucking loving. So I've been seeing, I've been watching like people react to the trailer, and one of the funniest fucking things that I've seen is like when because there's like a few like shots that show you the ass and show you how it jiggles. And bro, the amount, like, I think
the amount of male reactions.
Some of my favorite comments that I've heard so far to that, like, part of the trailer specifically is
it's a bunch of horn dogs.
One when it's like, he's like, oh, so this is why they delayed the game a year.
Yeah, it's just like they had to perfect the ass physics of the jiggles.
I think another one too was like, it was a group of like black dudes, right? And they were reacting to the trailer. And it was so fucking funny because there's a part where like they're showing off like what the strip club will look like in the game, and one of the guys is like, "Oh, you know where all of them motherfuckers are gonna be at when this game drops." And then as
literally
soon as, like, literally like 5 seconds after, he's like, "And I'm gonna be right there with them."
Well, you know, and like the strip club aesthetic addition to GTA has always been like one of the more groundbreaking, controversial things about GTA.
Bro, motherfuckers are about to be like virtually making it rain.
You know what? You know what's funny? Because GTA as a whole is about crime and shit, and committing crime to trying to make a living in America. Because like each GTA game is a commentary about America. I know people want to refuse to think about that, but they are. But like I love seeing the verified Twitter accounts that are like, oh, this seems anti-cop. I'm not gonna get this woke DEI. It's always been anti-cop. And it's just like, what the?
You've been fucking murking cops since the fucking first GTA.
And you know what's funny? Elon Musk once said, he's like, I couldn't play GTA 5. It's just I couldn't stand killing cops. I'm just
wait, Mike, you just reminded me of something, dude. Holy fucking shit. One of my favorite fucking reactions that I've seen to this game, it was this dude, I forgot what his fucking YouTube, like his name is on YouTube, but it's this dude who like, okay, so granted, I obviously don't fucking watch his channel, so I don't know like necessarily what his political views are, but I know for a fact that like he's a political channel, just like based on the way his channel looks and all that kind of stuff. And based off some of like the language and the way that he spoke, because he did a video like where he reacted to the GTA 6 trailer, and just judging by some of like his tone and the way that he was talking, I would have to assume that he leans more conservative. And it was so fucking funny, dude, because there was a part where he was like, after we watched the trailer, he was like giving his opinions on it, and he's like, yeah, like I've only played one other GTA game, and you know, it's just like you know, like if this came out, like I don't know, like I just don't think I would do it, you know, like now I have a wife and I have a family.
I have a wife.
Like I don't think I would have time, like and he's like, you know, like no, like it's just a little too risque for me, like I don't like I would never. And I'm just like watching it. I was watching that shit and I couldn't help.
Fake.
I couldn't
it's
help.
A fake thing.
I couldn't help but think to myself like, you could not have been a fucking fun child, because like if you're talking about a fucking video game like it's fucking heroin and you're like trying to avoid it that much, like your fucking childhood was fucking miserable. I don't give a fuck what
like come
anybody
on.
says.
Everyone's done heroin once. Like to you know, come on, dude. Just do it once. You won't get addicted, I promise.
Like that was like that you like I've never like here's the like I don't like I know that like the like the term nerd has kind of like lost its sting over the years, because now it's kind of seemed like a cool thing. But if I've ever seen like that's
a definition of a nerd.
Like the previous definition of a nerd, like that's a
nerd in a derogatory sense. Yeah. Sometimes insults are compliments in certain contexts. Sometimes, you know, like cunt. You know, back in the day, if someone says cunt, people are like, oh my god, he said cunt. Now fucking everyone's like, oh my god, that's fucking cunt right there. You know, so it's like, it was like, okay, so like everything is.
I remember when like serving cunt first became a term, I had no fucking idea what like people were trying to say.
He's like, man, he's like really pussy's on everyone's minds now. Like to everyone, he's like, oh, that's cunt. And we're like, what the fuck? Okay, but like I kind of use that now. I love saying cunt. You know.
So far, this has been a great experiment because we haven't drank in a long time on the podcast, and I gotta say, and I feel like.
We haven't drank since like the Nosferatu.
Yeah, I feel like this like makes me like, because with weed is cool because it makes me like more chill, so I can like just like we can just like talk about and like, but I feel like alcohol makes this like way more fucking chaotic.
Yeah, I'm also really sweaty and really warm. It's also hot. Yeah. We turned off the fan, you know, but going back to GTA
yeah,
6.
Like that, dude. I'm gonna say like so.
It looks great. It looks great.
My initial.
I hate the fact it's gonna be expensive as fuck, but I know it's gonna be a great game.
My initial opinions on it, like, yeah, this game looks fucking great, dude. Like everything from like literally even like when you look at like the two main characters are drinking a beer, you could literally even fucking tell that the beer that they're drinking is supposed to be a fucking Modelo.
Yeah, you see, I saw that too, where it's like the detail of like how they wrap the beer and stuff and how they open them. Like that's actually fucking dope as hell. And also the voice actors here, I know two distinct ones. Stephen Root, who's like more famous in Office Space, and Barry and King of the Hill,
which I will talk about recently.
And it's just like and like wow, he's a perfect actor for GTA. And also one of the other
which character is he?
He's like the first dude who speaks. He comes in the car.
Oh, he's the one that's like asking the dude who's on the roof?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then another character, he's more of a voice actor. He's not like a famous like TV actor, but he does voices a lot. Like he's more famous doing one of the characters in Chowder, and then like he plays.
Which one?
He's the one with the hat and like he's like more bigger and he has like a colorful shirt. I have to go back and double check because I heard the voice. I'm like, wait a minute, motherfucker, what the fuck? So I'm very excited about like the dialogue here. It looks great. Yeah, I was gonna say
also like for the story, like for the main story of this game, it actually like the term that I've seen a lot of people who've reacted to it like use to describe it, and I actually think it's a pretty accurate like description of the type of like chemistry that we're gonna get for this particular story in GTA is. A lot of people have been saying that like the two characters are giving off like Bonnie and Clyde type.
I was about to say the same fucking thing. I'm like, are we gonna get a romance fucking GTA game? Like I'm like, hey yo, that's like fucking because like when you mix romance and crime, like Bonnie and Clyde. If you guys haven't seen the 1967-68 movie version of Bonnie and Clyde. That's like one of the best movies ever made and is the reason why like movies are movies now. Like that movie changed like the way we approach movies altogether in the United States. But like this is giving off that. I'm like I don't know why, but I kind of like that mix of crime and romance. It's just like I think it lends itself to some really good material. So I'm very excited for the story. I think it looks great. I think the action looks awesome. I think just the environment. I don't know. I saw a tweet that's like, imagine just like running over these people and like it's just like and have them have like very accurate depictions of death as coming in. And people are like, man, that would be actually fucking disturbing as hell. I wouldn't want to play this game, but I'm pretty sure they will because Rockstar's pretty good at making you.
Wait, what were you gonna fuck?
Making you want to kill people in games. In GTA, literal GTA, and it should. Their main job is to make the game as fun, as long lasting as possible, as they did with GTA 5.
Bro, the amount of fucking years they were able to milk that game is somebody has to study that.
Yeah, no, they were like, oh, we need more time. Fuck it, just give them this.
Like that is, bro. Like I think, like that has to be like one of those, like Jesus Christ,
the most milked game of all time. But it's not without like I get it. I get why they would milk this shit because that game took a while too. Not as long as this game, but for a lot of people, GTA 5 took a long time back in the day. Like it was like 5 years without a GTA game. Oh, if only we knew. That would take 12 fucking... Now 13 years for the next fucking GTA. 13. A whole human is in fucking middle school right now.
And the fucking thing that sucks too is like for me, since I have a PC now, I might just have to fuck around.
You have to wait longer.
I might just have to fuck around and get a PS5. I was gonna say, bro, if I fucking try to get this game on my PC, it's probably gonna crash my fucking PC.
Yeah, you just have to fucking invest in that time. It was like... I'm sad they don't have a Switch version. I'm not surprised when I'm sad because
no, there's no fucking way the Switch can handle that shit.
Switch is as capable as the power as it is now, but
no, it's not.
Yeah, no, that game looks fucking.
That game would look like fucking Mario. That big.
It would look like 1988 Mario. Yeah, but we're actually excited for. I'm probably not gonna play it till years later because like I don't have a console to support any of that shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to like. I'm gonna see like what the PlayStation 5 market's looking like.
Yeah.
'Cause the thing is, like, I don't like. Well, for one,
All those tariffs are making it hard.
for one, like, I don't want to wait for like to play the new GTA that long, because it's probably gonna take years for that shit to like get on PC.
Mm-hmm.
And but not only that, but too, it's like that game. If you play it on the PC, it's probably gonna take off like a significant amount of your storage.
Yes, yeah, no, that game's gonna be a huge. Like that's probably even from console owners, it's probably gonna be the only game they have.
It's like the only fucking game you can play on your console.
That's probably what it's gonna. Because sometimes they be giving out those bullshit deals where it's like, oh, it's like 500 gigabytes for storage. It's like, oh, that seems like a lot. No, that's just 40%, about 80% of that is going to GTA fucking 6. So, but like we are excited about the game. It does look really, from the trailers, it looks fucking really fucking good.
Yeah, I can't
really
wait for
fucking
that,
good.
man. And like I said, Florida, fucking amazing choice.
Because that's like the Australia of the United States.
Pretty much, yeah.
Like it's just like just a fucking tomfoolery and fuckery in that fucking state. It always like here, like sure we have coyotes sometimes at night, but I can't imagine going in broad daylight at 4 to 5 p.m. and a fucking crocodile is like fucking walking around and shit while you're trying to get like fucking like Modelos and shit. Like I can't.
That's gotta be wild.
That shit. And they can't even wear pants over there. It's always fucking. Even when it's raining, you wear shorts and shit. So like Florida is fucking crazy. I wouldn't want to like. I'm probably go visit for like 3 days, but like I wouldn't want to stay any longer.
I would want to go visit there though.
I wouldn't
want to stay. I wouldn't want to fucking live there at all. But I would want to visit.
I would definitely go and visit, and then yeah. But we're excited. But speaking of
well, you know what? Speaking of, real quick before.
Oh yeah, you want to go on your thing? Sorry.
Yeah, before we get into the fucking main thing that we want to talk about for this episode. I want to just
50 minutes in.
I just want to quickly talk about something else that I'm personally really excited for, and that is we're finally getting a new
revival.
New revival of King of the Hill. Now, here's the thing. So my history with King of the Hill is actually pretty interesting, because I remember when it used to come on as a kid. Like I think it was on Fox. It came out like every Sunday because I don't know if they still have this, but they used to have this thing called like
Animation Domination.
Yeah, where it was like basically just a whole block of like all their adult animated shows.
Simpsons, Family Guy, American Dad, and King of the Hill. Now Bob's Burgers and shit. Yeah.
So it was that, and so I remember like around this time, since I was younger.
Bob's Burgers is really funny too.
I was more so a fan of like South Park and like Family Guy. Yeah. Just because I like that more like I would say like straightforward type
like
of humor.
Abrasive.
Yeah, like more like straightforward type of humor. So I remember whenever like King of the Hill used to come on when I was younger, I used to like just immediately like turn it off or switch to a different channel because
you're like, what the fuck, way?
Because the thing is, like, I just didn't. The thing that I didn't realize until years later is the reason why I hated this show so much as a kid was because I just simply didn't understand the humor.
Yeah.
But
once you got it,
yeah, like once you like finally
it's fucking funny,
especially as you get older and you can start relating to more shit. I'm like, bro, this show is fucking hilarious.
No, it's fucking hilarious. Like, the target audience for this, and that's why it became so popular. Because it has, Mike Judge has, like, an offbeat, like, unpredictable humor that is, like, and it's crazy when you talk about Mike Judge's work, because a lot of, it has the same vibe, but a lot of them are very different. Yeah, like, I think Beavis and Butthead is super different from
that's the one
King of the Hill.
Say. So the reason why I'm, like, both excited and nervous for this revival is because, for those of you who don't know, a while back, Mike Judge actually brought back Beavis and Butthead. And he started like doing new episodes for like a new series.
That was like that was like 2011.
Well, no, that was the first time that he did it.
But then he did it again. Yeah, I didn't even realize that. Holy shit!
Yeah, because it was an exclusive deal that he had with Paramount Plus.
Oh, okay.
But
I don't even remember that. Holy shit!
That's why we got the new movie too.
Yeah.
But
that was fucking funny too.
But the thing is, like, the reason why I want to like put that contrast out there is because like. While Beavis and Butthead is also a show that was created by Mike Judge, like the humor in it is like way more like basic and simple.
Mm-hmm.
And I personally feel like he did an amazing job like with the revival of that series. But the reason why I'm like a little nervous when it comes to King of the Hill is because King of the Hill's like their type of humor is a little bit more complex. And they deal with way more complex issues than like a Beavis and Butthead type of show.
Yeah, Beavis
so,
and Butthead is very like that teenage angst, abrasive MTV humor, while like King of the Hill is more laid back, more offbeat. You have to really
way
like
more realistic,
more realistic, but also like it's both realistic, but also super fucking like it's very like that's one of the most offbeat shows you could ever watch.
But the thing is, like the reason why I kind of have hope for the revival is because as somebody who's legit watched basically every fucking single episode of King of the Hill like over and over again 1,000 times, the one thing that I've noticed from the show that my judge did very well is when it comes to like the main characters like Hank Hill, like he's somebody who like is considered like your stereotypical like Texan who's like super conservative.
Yeah.
But
he's like iconic. Like there's just constant memes of King of the Hill, even from younger generations.
No, but it's like the thing that I like about his character is that you would think that since he's a stereotypical like conservative, like you wouldn't imagine that you would be able to like change his views on many things. But the thing that I love about this show is that his son Bobby is mainly, if you watch the show enough, you'll like realize that he's mainly used to like basically symbolize like the changing world that's coming, like, or the world that's changing around Hank, like being way more progressive. And you see like how he's confronted with that because he has to deal with those issues because of his son. And so like it shows you how like even though he may not either agree with it or necessarily understand it, like it shows him like being able to come to some sort of like medium with whatever he's met with. So I feel like that's going to be a very, very interesting thing that I want to see, the way, especially in today's climate, like how Mike Judge approaches something like that. Because obviously there's going to be things that are happening today that are for sure going to probably be mentioned on the show.
Yeah.
So I'm just curious to see like how they handle those type of topics like now.
Yeah, I think all you said is really, really good and beautiful. The alcohol just like all of a sudden just
yeah, fucking, I can tell you're I told you, fool.
Oh,
you can't do 2 of these with just like straight out of the can. Like I can already regret that I already popped this one open.
Man, but I think I'm also excited because I think like
I don't think I've ever asked you like how big of a fan were you of King of the Hill?
I know I've seen like a lot of episodes, but it's not a show I go back to rewatch. But that's something I do want to do. But sometimes like my sister's boyfriend, like he loves King of the Hill. Like he loves King of the Hill is always on in the house, like in the living room. It's like it's always on. Like it's a King of the Hill family and that shit. So whenever they come over and watch stuff in the living room, they put on, sometimes they put on King of the Hill, and I watch it. I'm like, damn, this show is really fucking funny. Why don't I fucking go back to it? You know. So that's something.
It's legit a great show, dude.
It's fucking amazing. Like I think even though that show gets its praise, I still feel it's underrated to a point. But it's like everyone who knows King of the Hill loves that shit.
Yeah, like legit. Like as I've gotten older and as I've rewatched it, I feel like I can say that. Like I feel like the style of humor that's in that show is like my favorite type of humor in like any type of animated show.
Yeah, no, it's so distinct, and so even for Mike Judge, it's very distinct and funny and unique and hilarious, you know. And then you can't believe like this same man made like Office Space and Silicon Valley. Silicon Valley is such a very different show, but that show was fucking hilarious when fucking the tall white dude calls to the other one a pecker word motherfucker. Yeah. With the shotgun, with the BB gun.
When he's talking about how like he doesn't have a place to sleep because he like got kicked out of his apartment, and he's like, well, I imagine that my outer skin is like my house and my skeleton. So the motherfucker, and then you're like, Jared, have you slept? And you're like, no. Like just going off like with no.
That show is really funny. And shout out to not only Mike Judge but Alec Berg, who co-created that show, who also helped wrote on Seinfeld, and is the co-creator of Barry. And that's why I want you to watch Barry, because it has
I've seen a few episodes.
That you keep watching, because it has a lot of. It's dark, but it has a lot of Silicon Valley in it.
But the thing that to wrap up the King of the Hill thing, like. I'm super excited because we've been waiting for this. I think it was announced
like four years ago, right?
I think the initial announcement was 4 years ago, but then we didn't start getting actual news until I think 2023.
No, and that was 2 years ago now.
Yeah, and so the fact that we don't have an official date yet, but what has been
we
said...
burped at the same time. Sorry, audience. sorry. If you were a good, decent person, you would edit that out. But I know you wouldn't. You will not.
But so the thing that I am super excited for is that even though we don't have a specific premiere date yet, it has been announced that the first teaser for the new season will be coming out sometime towards the end of this month. So I'm super fucking hyped for that. And
that's really exciting.
If I had to imagine, and since it's a show like King of the Hill, if I had to guess, my best guess is that it's going to come out sometime in July.
All right. Between July and December, I think, I think trailers just have to give a quick...
Oh, no, it's not. It's going to be way low. No, they have officially already said that's going to be sometime this summer.
But everybody lies, and sometimes things don't happen. But I hope it's...
I want to watch this fucking show already.
But anyways, we're excited for the King of the Hill revival. Shout out to Mike Judge.
Shout out to move on to something that's completely different.
It's a very talk about abrasive. Yeah. And this was something we just decided to do.
And listen, but we couldn't deny
before this.
I don't give a fuck what anybody says, dude. This movie is an absolute fucking classic. I don't care what anybody says. This is gonna go down in the most in the classic. When it comes down to my classic movies tier list, this is definitely gonna be on there.
Right up there with the fucking Godfather, motherfucking Apocalypse Now, and SpongeBob SquarePants. And
for those of you listen, if you guys are either
the SpongeBob movie.
If you guys are around our age or even a little bit older, then chances are you fucking remember going to go watch this movie in theaters.
Or if not, watching this a lot.
Yeah.
Watching this so many times.
Because but I gotta say, for a cartoon movie, for a cartoon animated movie, this legit might be one of the best fucking ones.
Okay, well, but I really like it.
What's better?
What do you mean? When it comes to cartoon family movies, I think I like a lot more stuff. But I'm not gonna deny that the SpongeBob movie impacted not only me a lot, but also a lot of people in our generation. Because the movie's funny as funny as fuck.
Even to this day,
it's still as hilarious. Although I will say if I'm just gonna get flaws out the way, I do think even as someone who grew up with so much SpongeBob, especially with those early seasons, that honestly the first three people don't want to admit this, and it's okay, but I'm here to bring the truth. The first 3 seasons of SpongeBob is some of the best American television writing I've ever fucking heard or hear, because those first 3 seasons just a nonstop fucking hilarious banger after banger after banger. Mostly just because
real quick before we get into that you said that, before we actually get into the movie,
I went there.
Out of those 3 seasons, out of those first 3 seasons, what's your favorite episode?
Oh fuck! What are my favorite 3 episodes?
Wait! I want real quick because I have mine. I just want to make sure that it is in within those seasons. When they do the graveyard shift episodes in there, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
That's a really good episode. I mean, obviously one of my favorites is Band Geeks. I think that's one of the best.
Yeah, that's a fucking classic.
One of the funniest pieces of television. Even now, I was rewatching clips of it the other day on my TV. That shit is still hilarious. Band Geeks. Oh my god, what's that? The Krusty Krab pizza one, I think, is really good. Oh my god, I have to have more than 3. No, speaking. No, I forgot what episode it was, but it was like SpongeBob like quitting the Krusty Krab, and then he's like at the Krusty and he's singing to the customers like turtleneck sweaters.
Oh, it's when he's in the fucking commercial and he thinks he's like a fucking celebrity.
He's like, I'm sorry, Krabs.
You know what's my favorite part of that episode? When he like barely like when he's like walking to work and he runs into that old dude.
I'll try the lime one.
And fucking, you're going for this is the third one already? Fucking food. God damn it.
I think you might have to find a ride home. Oh my goodness. Oh no.
I fucking hate that you're opening it. I fucking hate you. I hate you so much. But
you have to do chores later.
But anyways.
Yeah, but like the
what the fuck was I saying?
The commercial one.
Yeah, the my favorite fucking scene from that episode is like the day after he like sees himself in the commercial.
Yeah.
He's like walking to the Krusty Krab, and he runs into some fucking old dude, and he's like, hey, like I saw you on TV last night. He's like, you did? And then so that's when like SpongeBob starts to get a big ego.
Yeah.
But then when SpongeBob walks away, you fucking see like a flashback to what he was watching the night before, and it's a fucking like Bran Flakes commercial, and he's like, what a nice cereal box.
Oh my god, the Coliseum one with the clams. Like this, if you don't know anything about SpongeBob, just watch the first 3 seasons and the movie, and you'll get like the good.
You know
dose.
what trips me out? The fact that they're
still making so much, SpongeBob.
Like not so much like in this like newer generation because it makes more sense because they didn't grow up with it. Mm-hmm. But it trips me out more so when I hear people like from our generation that like never watched SpongeBob.
Yeah,
like that trips me out.
No, man, especially because it's such a defining, popular cartoon that really embodied like that really quick, like witty, blink if you miss it type humor that's always been.
The creator of the show, like, didn't he like pass away after the third
season?
Yeah,
no, he passed away like within like the mid 2010s due to ALS. Sadly, actually, like.
So then he just like stopped working.
Yeah, he left the show around like after the movie. He kind of left the show. Because he was like, I'm just, because sometimes, those cartoons, they take a lot of like work to make.
That was a shame.
And you did see the quality drop when he left, especially after 2004, 2005. Yeah. Like, it's like, oh wow, it's like 2006 to 2010 SpongeBob is really fucking bad.
Here's the thing.
Fucking bad.
I refuse to like watch any of the newer seasons.
Really fucking bad. Although it's still kind of like meh now, but like they did have some like talented animators and potential. Like the co-creator of Smiling Friends worked on like storyboards for SpongeBob.
I don't know what it is. It's just like that's the one. Like
no, but like the writing is not as good as the first 3 seasons.
I refuse to watch any of the newer seasons.
It's not as good as the first 3 seasons. There have been few good episodes, recently here and there, but like those first 3 seasons, each episode's a fucking banger. But like especially one of my favorites, actually, if not my favorite, is the Time Machine episode.
Oh yeah, that
where he travels back and that was some actual surreal psychedelic shit to give to a fucking to make a child watch.
Yeah,
like that was some crazy off the wall shit. In the 90s
when
cartoons.
He's like fucking stuck in like purgatory.
Yeah, he's like alone and shit. And it's like, what the fuck is this, like the Luis Buñuel? What the fuck am I fucking watching and shit? And it has direct references to 2001: A Space Odyssey. Like I'm like, what the, like looking back as an adult, I'm like, wow, the approach and like the of like being like, let's just do this story and not give a fuck. Let's just go forward for this.
They get taken captive by the Flying Dutchman.
Yeah. You know what's one? That one's really funny because they go through the perfume aisle, and I'm like, that shit hit home.
Yeah, my favorite part of that episode is when like he's like when Patrick's fucking steering the boat, and he's like take us. He's like, pink one, take us behind the rocks, and he's like taking us behind the rocks, Captain. And then fucking fucking he like takes him behind the rocks, but he's like scraping the whole fucking side of the boat.
And then SpongeBob's like, keep going, keep going. And then he's like,
yeah, and then freaking SpongeBob like, don't, and like the whole fucking side of the ship's fucked up, and then SpongeBob's like, don't worry, Captain, we'll buff out those scratches.
One of my other favorite scenes, the imagination one, because I think that episode has such a good message about like imagination is limitless, but also like it's so funny Squidward trying to find that. But also, I actually watched this clip recently too, where it's like Mrs. Puff goes to get the driver's license back from SpongeBob, and then like when SpongeBob reveals, like, he's like, and you are Mrs. Puff, and then out of fucking fucking nowhere, he's like, and then crashes to the police. And I'm like we watch, I'm like, what the fuck did that have to do with anything? Why did he do that? Like it like, it's randomness at its funny, because usually random type humor is so fucking annoying and try hard, but SpongeBob was able to create a foundation where like it felt like anything was possible. Not to mention the episode of where they get stranded in the forest and shit, and they're talking to the conch shell, you know, and I'm like, I was like, man, some of that food looks fucking delicious. Like I was yearning for a fucking Krabby Patty and shit. But like, going back to the movie, I didn't realize. I'm sorry, the audience. We're kind of like a second, third in. But like,
the fucking movie is.
But the movie itself is a culmination of all of those 3 seasons. But also,
what's like, okay, so we don't have to go through the whole movie. No. But like, what's like your favorite scene from the movie?
One of my favorite scenes.
Because I want to see if it's the same.
I mean, I have so many favorites.
Because I know what, like, I have multiple too, but I have one that's like for sure my absolute favorite.
One that always has me fucking dying is when they're crying to like the mermaid daughter, played by Scarlett Johansson, by the way. And then when they're like crying, but like they're crying into each other's mouths and back and forth. I'm like, that's the grossest shit they could ever fucking put in the movie.
Another one of my favorite scenes from that part is when like Patrick has his fucking pants down and he's crying and he's running away and he fucking trips.
You know what's fucked up? I hate the internet so much because like there'll be like you're like, how old actually was she? And like people like start googling shit. It's like, she's 16 and Patrick is definitely not 16. And then they're like, Patrick got a weird case, why is he around? And I'm like, how dare you ruin that for me? I fucking hate you for that. But also like, you know, I think even just like the basic story of how they went.
Wait, my all-time favorite scene is them at the fucking nut bar, dude.
The nut bar, the Goofy Goober bar and shit.
That was like him.
When it's portraying them just drinking drinking and shit. You know, as Mexicans, we relate. You know, but like, I still say that. I say that when I'm drunk.
And then him being fucking hungover the next day, going to the Krusty Krab. That shit was fucking.
Yeah, that shit. That was like, it's like me. I'll fucking Panera and shit. I fucking get home at 12, fucked up, going in for a 7 a.m., 6 a.m. shift. And but the way it's just like as a child, it's like funny because like he ate so much ice cream and he's all tired. But now as an adult, like, oh, he's hung the fuck over. One of my also small but really great parts of the movie was when Plankton discovers his Plan Z. He opens the folder, but then it opens like a fucking porno magazine and shit. He's like,
like, it's diabolical. It's
lemon scented. Like, that's a very important aspect that Plankton, I was to call him Plankton.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. Another thing, like, because so recently it was like what was it like the 20th or like 25th anniversary of this movie?
20th.
Yeah, so it was like it was recently like the 20th anniversary of this movie, and I saw a fucking clip on Twitter a while back.
It's not 21st.
A while back.
Old enough to drink. That's how old you are.
Where it was fucking there was like, I guess there was like a re-screening of it at a movie somewhere.
Yeah.
And so it was a bunch of people watching it.
I've seen this clip.
And there's a clip like towards the end where like Plankton's like he's like it's like towards the end where he's like, Daddy, yes. And he's like the whole fucking audience.
Audience say, Daddy, yes.
Yeah.
And also, and I just saw a reaction to this movie earlier, and I can't comprehend if I knew nothing about SpongeBob and going into the, because parents, 30, 40-year-olds are going, he's like, they don't fucking watch SpongeBob. They just leave it on for like their fucking dumb kids like me to fucking watch it. So I can't imagine going into this movie, watching this movie, and having just a hyper sensation of this fucking movie where it's like, oh my God, there's a lot going on. I will say, I think like the first 3 seasons of SpongeBob are kind of like a good pace. I don't think they're like abrasive. I think they're very experimental and like surreal and very quick-witted and funny, but they're not like fast paced. I felt like the movie, if I had to give flaws to the movie, which I do have, is like I think it's so such as a movie. I was like, oh, we have to go faster pace for the movie because like we have to keep going because like people will get bored.
Those stupid motherfuckers at the gas station. Like, hey, mister, does that hat take 10 gallons?
We're like, mustard or ketchup? And then the knee slapping, and then when they start laughing, they're all like super hillbilly-ish. Not only like, do you remember Dennis played by Alec Baldwin?
Yeah.
Is a fucking when they're at the bubble boat and then, like whatever the fuck, the tugboat and shit, the bar and shit.
Yeah.
First of all, that bar seems funny when they're like trying not to sing the Goofy Goober song, and then like when Dennis comes in and just punches one in the face, goes in the sky, the whole ship goes down.
Oh, when he fucking grows a mustache, fucking Patrick, is he a mermaid?
Yeah, I mean, you could fucking. And
you could literally pick damn near every scene from this movie,
even if you haven't seen this movie, you've seen the memes. Yeah. Like there's so many images in this movie that are like hardcore stuck to my brain, mostly because people have used them for fucking memes. But also I think there's a lot of humor here, even as an adult, as a fucking 26-year-old male. Some of this shit is, maybe it's just me being fucking nostalgic or like maybe even immature, because I know both those things are valid for me.
What's like
but like it's fucking funny. Like it's a really funny movie at times.
Like here's the thing, you know what's the beauty of like shows that have like amazing writing such as SpongeBob, is that when you go back and rewatch these shits like as an adult, you can appreciate it in a new way because you can finally understand like the subtle hidden humor that was in there that you wouldn't have got as a child.
Like, I think there's some actually really effective moments, because I saw a reaction to it where it's like nothing in this movie is really taken seriously, and I think that's a very beautiful aspect about this movie. Like, sure, like even with the scene where like the people get brainwashed by the chum bucket, when they try to get Squidward for the first time, it's like, oh wow, that if you put this in like a zombie context, it's pretty horrifying. But since it is in a SpongeBob type movie, it's able to like get like that kind of like, oh wow, that's actually kind of like, in a little bit intense, but like it's still like funny as fuck because it's fucking Plankton. And then when Squidward's like, and you got your stubby hands on that fucking crap, and Plankton's just looking at his hands. So it's like, man, like just like that small visual gag right here is like what makes SpongeBob.
You know what I fucking hate about this movie? That there's a part, it's like where like Patrick and SpongeBob get captured by the Cyclops.
Yeah.
And he puts them on the fucking heat lamp, right, to dry them out.
And they actually show them dying and shit.
But the thing that I fucking hate about this movie is that, so like it's like the scene where like they're obviously dying because they're heating up, right?
Yeah.
It's supposed to be like a very emotional scene, right? Like you have fucking SpongeBob like saying, "Oh, like we failed, Patrick." Like
and he's like Shell City.
Yeah. No, and he's like, I guess what everyone said about us was true, pal. And Patrick's like, you mean that we're attractive?
Like, Patrick's got, I will say, I think they did dumb down, like, compared to the first 3 seasons of SpongeBob, I do think they kind of did dumb down Patrick.
Yeah, I like when he's just randomly smart as fuck.
Yeah.
Like when, I forgot what episode it is, but like, SpongeBob's having an argument with somebody, and fucking you just like, oh, it's this Flying Dutchman episode when they're having an argument about the Last Wish, and like it's between like SpongeBob and Squidward, and like Patrick just randomly comes up and like, it seems we have reached an impasse.
like I feel like that's why I think if I do have negatives with the movie, I think it's too fast paced. I think like the first 3 seasons of SpongeBob have like a perfect place where it's like it's not fast, but it's just quick witted, but it lets you take in the joke too. But also I do think, but I know Patrick is supposed to be the dumb fucking friend and like the kids cartoon show, but I do think they dumbed it down, not only in the movie, but like they really dumbed him down in the later seasons as possible. But like in the first 3 seasons, I feel like there was a good balance of him being fucking stupid, but also sometimes just like taking it back and just like chill. But like Patrick still has his really fucking funny moments. When he goes in the fucking the fucking club and he's like, "Can I have everyone's attention, please?" And everyone's just like fucking gathers around him.
The fucking what I fucking love in the chair, like all the people like stare at him. It's the fucking guys that like the chair just got flipped over and the fucking chair just like pops back up.
He pops back up. Like just quick visual gags right there is what makes this movie really good.
I think like my favorite dumb Patrick moment from the show is when SpongeBob finds that horse and like he's like trying to tell it off, but it's fucking Patrick. Like, just get out of here, you big dumb animal.
And then he walks. Because he nailed the shit to his head. He can't even go into
he's
the house.
Into the fucking store, but he can't walk in.
He was really dumb in the show, but I don't know why. It's like the approach to his dumbness is different from the movie.
Yeah.
I feel like it's more abrasively dumb and like kind of more annoyingly dumb, honestly. I also don't like the butt humor in the movie too, where it's like I don't think the first 3 seasons of the show there was not a butt joke. It was like ha ha ass, and then that's the joke. But in the movie, there's like a few, like, she's like, ass, and that's the fucking joke. Like, I don't like the ass jokes. And there's a lot of that in kids shows.
They definitely made a lot of, like, ass jokes with Patrick later on.
Yeah, especially later on. I'm like, man, they really just, there's a lot of problems that you saw with the future seasons in the movie for sure. But a lot of the first 3 seasons are still intact with how surreal it gets. It plays with different, like, it plays with live action and 2D animation and 3D animation too, but also like David Hasselhoff coming in out of buttfuck nowhere.
Oh yeah,
actually fucking random shit that like David Hasselhoff is like a prominent fucking element to the story.
when like SpongeBob's giving his speech, I think he's like, and I rode the Hasselhoff.
And then when he's like, how are we gonna get that down there though that fast? And David Hasselhoff's like, don't worry, get some of his fucking pecs.
Oh yeah,
start moving
and said anything about floating.
And then Patrick's like, the control. Which I think is really fucking funny.
But this I don't know.
And then it has a really good musical sequence too, which I do think it kind of bites off like that DreamWorks shit where they were just like,
it's a super fucking iconic movie.
It's a very for our generation for the people born between the years 1995 to 2000, like in that area, like this movie is a very important like, movie for us.
Now speaking of that, real quick, like it's crazy, like noticing like the older that we get, like the more shit that like we like grew up with, like is considered like classic or iconic now. Mm-hmm. Like it's like, damn, bro, like we're legit getting to that point in our lives where like everything that we that we grew up with is now being considered like nostalgia.
It's old head shit. Like the movie's 21 years old. It's old enough to fucking drink. Like it's fucking crazy how time passes, but I'm glad time is passing because we're able to appreciate this movie. Actually, I feel like we're able to appreciate this movie more and more. Like this movie has
because like obviously like back then when you saw it as a kid, you're like, oh, like I liked it because it was a really funny movie. Yeah. But it's like when you go back and watch it as like an adult, you're able to like pick up on like the little subtle things like a lot more. Yeah, no, I also love the introduction to the Krabby Patty mobile where it's like you don't need a license to drive. Like, there's so many fucking, like, memorable fucking lines from this movie, dude. It's so stupid. I also love the very beginning of this movie where it's, like, a fucking hostage crime scene. Where it's, like, a hostage crime scene. And it's, like, Mr. Krabs is like, no cheese, and then fucking SpongeBob slaps him, and he's like, get it together, Eugene. Yeah, he's like, you got a family, Phil? And then he's like, he's like, come on, Bill, tell me about that family. Like, what the fuck? Like, what kind of like CSI type of scene is this?
Like, what a way to start off a movie, man. Just like able to like parody those like crime hostage tropes while also like leaning into like the obscenity and the stupidity of SpongeBob. I think it's just not afraid. Like even with the recent SpongeBob movies, they don't feel like they're not afraid to like be able to be that stupid. That first movie was not afraid to be like, all right, we'll be fucking stupid and we'll be fucking happy we're fucking stupid.
Yeah,
like,
you know what like trips me out about like shows like SpongeBob in particular?
Mm-hmm.
Like I look at that show, right? And I look at like just the significant cultural impact that it's had, like on not only us but like essentially like the whole world, over the years that it's been around. And I look at that.
The whole world is crazy.
Well,
yeah, I get it. But like culturally,
yeah.
like within our culture.
Yeah, so like the thing that kind of trips me out is I look at that and I kind of think to myself, like, as we get older, and obviously, like, we're not going to be as in touch with, like, what's, like, the newer shit that comes out. Like, my question is, like, the one thing that I always wonder when it comes to shit like this is, like, what, like, I wonder if we have yet to see, like, what the next iteration of that is going to be for the next generation. Like, what's going to be the show that, like, that's going to be the next generation SpongeBob, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, like, and I would argue that the 2010s Cartoon Network Renaissance Golden Age is actually probably the best. And this is coming from me who grew up in the 2000s Cartoon Network, which is like I really like attached to that era. But like the 2010s Cartoon Network has a lot of classic shows.
Because like I look at something like SpongeBob and I'm like, damn, like what's gonna be that for like the next generation?
Like a lot of people already hold to like Gumball, Regular Show, and Adventure Time.
Oh, Gumball is a big one.
Really, really closely. Like, and apparently after the 2 seasons of Adventure Time, it gets like fucking unnecessarily good. What's
crazy?
Unnecessarily good.
What's crazy?
What?
Both Gumball and Adventure Time are shows that like I still haven't like fully.
Yeah. And when I got into Adventure Time, I stopped like at season 2 before where everybody was like, no, this show is goated. I'm like, what? Adventure Time is like considered like one of the best, if not the best Cartoon Network show of all time?
So then were like those first 2 seasons like just kind of meh?
Yeah, like the first 2, like it wasn't even meh. It was just kind of like each episode had its own adventure. Well, after like the season, I think season 1 or season 2, like it got into like a whole lore and storyline within all the characters, and a lot of people got really attached to how they were portrayed, and you know, so like apparently after like season 3, it's like holy shit, like you get really attached to these characters. And Regular Show is really funny. I think a Regular Show is like that 2010 SpongeBob because it just goes anywhere. Yeah. It fucking just goes, and it's so fucking funny. It's such a funny, random piece of media that's like it lasted for a long time, had its own movie, and like it still like has a lasting impact on like on other generations, including mine, who were like later people who are older but still fucked with Cartoon Network shows.
But no, yeah, it's like to wrap this up though.
Yeah,
like,
but we love SpongeBob. I think we think SpongeBob like, is one of the best things ever.
For those of you out there who still haven't like either seen this movie or even watched SpongeBob
the first 3 seasons,
like
that's it though. You don't need to watch the other ones.
Like you'll understand like once you watch that, like the first 3 seasons and the movie, like you'll understand why this show like had such a huge significant cultural impact.
No, it's such a, even though we kind of like spoiled a lot of the shit already, I think even if you haven't heard about this fucking movie,
it's 21 years old.
Yeah, this is still an old fucking movie, but like I do think, and many people, you know, refuse to put it there. I'm like, I'm gonna put it there. I think, you know, those first 3 seasons of SpongeBob, I would put there as like, you know, season 6 Sopranos, or like season 4 The Wire, you know, the last part.
Still a show that I need to watch.
That's one of the best shows ever fucking seen. Actually, The
that's
Wire.
one that I gotta check
That's
out.
one of the best shows I've ever fucking seen. Like, no fucking lie. Like, you see, like, you watch The Wire. You know, it wasn't as popular at the time as it is now. But like, you watch The Wire, you're like, oh, this is fucking.
Because that's like
you get why Breaking Bad existed.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's The Wire is one of those shows that like was held in like the same regards as like Breaking Bad. So that's why like that's the show that I know that I have to watch too.
Yeah, and I would actually, you know, a hot take. I'll put the first 3 seasons over the entirety of Breaking Bad. Any fucking day. The first 3 seasons of SpongeBob. First 3 seasons of SpongeBob are better than the entirety of Breaking Bad. Not Sopranos though. Sopranos is one of the best things I've ever fucking seen in my entire life. But yeah, SpongeBob, we love it, and it's impacted us greatly, and is probably one of the first things we got in common when we started our friendship and shit.
Yeah, like that's like I said, I still fucking remember going to go see this movie as a kid, like with my sister in the movie theater.
When fucking SpongeBob calls the monsters ugly.
Oh yeah, they just fucking leave.
You're like, oh okay, I'm like not you guys.
are great.
Trying to pull it back.
Like this movie.
A lot of funny moments. If you're not aware of SpongeBob, it could be too much energy, and I will agree as a SpongeBob fan, it probably has too much energy.
The fact that years later they finally said that SpongeBob was autistic.
Yeah, and you know what? Like, and shout out to Steven Hellenberg. Rest in peace, GOAT, by the way. But like, he had a form. He was on the spectrum and all that, and when you watch the show, you're like, oh yeah, that clearly fucking shows. That really fucking shows.
You know what's funny? Like, even though it wasn't like officially stated until like
and
recently,
I'm on the spectrum too, guys. Chill. All right, as you can't tell, as if it wasn't obvious enough. Yes, I love the fidget spinners. Okay, and the cubes too. I love
that of me before you. But anyways, so the thing that I fucking love about SpongeBob is that it's like you see the complex level of humor in it.
It's so imaginative, and it goes anywhere. It refuses to stay in one place, especially
it's
within
something
that first
I do
season.
definitely feel like if you like for whatever reason, like let's say if you were either too young or you just didn't grow up with it and you haven't had a chance to watch it, I would highly recommend watching the first 3 seasons plus the movie, just so you can kind of get an idea of why the show is just so culturally impactful.
Yeah.
But
every other show, even now, tries to be like fucking SpongeBob, you know? So it's like, you know, that hyper-ventilated fucking, like, humor, psychedelic abrasive. Because the movie itself has a lot of psychedelic elements, especially
I'm not gonna lie,
with
when
the
they said
ending.
SpongeBob was autistic, I'm like, that's not fucking surprising.
It was like, no, it's the least surprising thing on Earth.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. You know where it's very apparent? With his fucking relationship with Squidward. Yeah. That's where it's very fucking apparent.
It's just like non-autistic, autistic relationship. That's so fucked up, actually.
But it's like, it makes complete fucking sense.
I mean, Squidward's just I think a lot of people also love Squidward's, like, depression and, like, anger towards these people. Because sometimes, you know, when you're around these fucking happy fucking people, it's fucking annoying.
I've legit seen this take on Twitter where it's like people have legit said, like, oh, like, as I've gotten older, I relate to Squidward a lot more.
Like, it's just like, imagine these two butt fucks just always trying to annoy the shit out of you as neighbors. Like that would, like, make me insane. But also, like, Squidward's episodes, especially with the Time Machine episodes, are fucking awesome. Like, the Squidward set, especially when he moves into other Squidward
the episode
with the other squids.
Where SpongeBob and Patrick think he's dead.
Oh yeah. When they're treating him like a king, and then like Patrick's like a whole watermelon, and then he drops it in his mouth, and he falls the fuck over.
Listen, we can like legit.
We can go on. We can even talk about these exact same things in a future episode, and we will not regret it.
Yeah, like.
But I'm 3 cocktails in.
Yeah, same. But like after like we could go on
now 4. Oh god, that was a good chunk. Oh
wait, you've had 4?
Oh no, I just finished the 3.
Oh, okay, I didn't fucking. When did you get the other one? Because I was gonna say I didn't remember you getting 4.
I just finished the 3. We might have to finish the episode now. I'm about Paso.
No, but that's what I was gonna say. So to wrap this up, like like I said, check out the first 3 seasons plus the movie.
Where'd my phone go?
That'll completely that'll completely show you why this show is so culturally impactful. But you know what? So to end off this episode, before we get into our recommendations, I actually think it's a good time to get into the album for this month that we're going to be listening to. Now,
oh yeah, we have to do that shit. Now, I completely forgot.
Granted, we haven't had time to replace the other album that we chose.
Just do it. If it lands on it, do it again.
We'll just we'll just like Mike said, if it lands on the same album, we'll just pick another one.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and do that right now and see what album we will be listening to for this month.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and we're about to spin. Let's go. Okay, well, we have to spin again.
It landed on the same album. It landed on the Snoop Dogg one.
Holy fuck! Oh my God.
No!
Oh,
why are you standing up? I don't like you standing up. I don't like
shit.
you standing up.
Okay, for those of you who have been listening to the podcast, if you remember a while
Which is
back,
none of you.
a while back, I said I had put a fucking mystery album in this fucking wheel, and I was waiting for it to land on this fucking mystery album, and it finally did. So, Mike, are you ready to listen to Miley Cyrus's album Banger?
Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? That's what the fuck we're listening to? What the fuck you got that yeehaw fucking music in my fucking ear for?
You're gonna listen to a whole Miley Cyrus album, my guy.
It's like fucking shit, man.
I was fucking waiting for it to land on that shit, dude.
Oh my fuck! We're gonna listen to Miley Cyrus, and
if it's any consultation, I have to listen to that shit too.
Oh man! Oh, that fucking sucks. Fuck you! I'm taking another drink. You have to actually get a ride home. You actually have to get a fucking ride home. So, I guess that's where we're listening. Fucking, I'm popping out the fourth one right. I have so much saliva on me. Holy shit. So
the next album that we will be reviewing is Miley Cyrus
Bangers. When was this released?
I think I want to say it was 2016 or something.
Oh my god, it's like that early. It's not like the one with the wrecking ball, right? Or is
I think it is the one with wrecking ball in it.
Oh man, I don't like wrecking ball.
So no, it probably was a few years earlier then.
Oh no, but who knows? This might be one of my favorite albums of all time. But you guys are not gonna know until the next episode. So make sure you.
Like and subscribe.
Right, like and subscribe. I'm gonna recommend my.
We gotta recommend.
Yeah, let's do that. Oh my god, I'm actually fucked up. You might actually have to. I'm not joking right now. You might actually have to find a way home, bro. Like you might have to fucking carry all this shit on your back and go through 800 miles in the desert and.
Shut the fuck up. So what's your recommendation?
I've been listening to this album a lot because I've been reading tons of books and shit, and Things Fall Apart. I just read that book. Amazing. But an album that was inspired to take that title directly is The Roots, Things Fall Apart. And that album is one of my favorite hip hop albums of all time. It's a jazz rap experimental album. It has tons of great features from Common to Benny Siegel to Eve and Black Thought, Malik B, Dice Raw, kill that shit. Everybody on the production kills that shit. One of my favorite albums ever. I listen to it a lot. I've been listening to this album straight for fucking 8 years or so. It's been 7 to 8 years. So Things Fall Apart by The Roots, a very fucking amazing classic jazz rap album, and all their albums are fucking amazing. They have no miss. The Roots put out tons of albums and they have no fucking misses. So if you haven't fucking listened to anything Roots, or even just look at the Black Thought freestyle, that's all you need to see. So everything by The Roots and Black Thought and Questlove, they produced fucking Hamilton. That's how fucking
Black Thought freestyle is fucking great.
Like Black Thought helped produce the fucking Hamilton album, and that's why that album sounds so fucking good. That's one of the best orchestrated Broadway albums I've ever heard. So anything by the Roots, from Things Fall Apart to the Black Thought freestyle to Hamilton, even.
So wait, which one did you recommend?
All three of those motherfuckers. That's where I'm going.
All right,
now recommend it, you strawberry margarita son of a bitch.
Let me get one of the lime ones.
Huh?
Let me get one of the lime ones. I think that's the only one.
You still haven't finished this one.
I haven't finished the other ones when I asked you to get me the fucking other one. Give me a lime one.
Oh.
But so for my recommendation, I'm actually going to be going with the Jack Boys 2019 album.
Jack Boys.
Which was...
Oh, you're excited about the new one, huh?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. So I think I don't want to say it's an album by like Travis Scott, because I think it's actually like a collaborative album with like a bunch of artists on it.
Yeah.
But Travis Scott recently announced that he's going to be dropping Jack Boys 2. So I'm super excited with that, because when I went back and re-listened to the first Jack Boys 2019 one, I was actually really impressed, and I remembered like how many bangers are actually on that album. So I am genuinely excited for the new one, and I hope the new one lives up to the hype. Yeah. But my recommendation is going to be the first Jack Boys album from 2019. And that's going to do it for this episode. So we hope you guys enjoyed.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah, comment, subscribe.
Follow us on everything.
Yeah, click the links for all of our socials and all that. And we'll see you all in the next episode.
Peace. I'm so fucked right now.